So I've actually never seen a studio try and advertise their game and advertise it just so wrong when they could have just shown their actual gameplay and their actual inner workings of the game in their ad. So welcome back to Playing Games from Ads So You Don't Have to, part 124. Last week I got an ad for a game called OogaOoga Go, which first off didn't even sound like a real game to begin with, but both ads were basically cinematics of the game. One was a full 2D cinematic that made it seem like the game was a monster catcher, a 2D monster catcher, where you were battling monsters against enemies. It looked very kind of like Pokemon-ish or Cassette Beast-ish. If you ever played Cassette Beast on PC or Xbox before, it looked very much so like that game in terms of a monster catcher. And then the other ad I got showed completely different type of gameplay where the monsters were kind of 3D-ish. It was still presenting itself as a monster catching game, but the graphics were definitely different. They were more 3D-ish, showing different environments and showing a little bit of the story. So it shows now in this one that it's kind of like caveman times. You get to choose a class in this game and you clearly control monsters. It shows gameplay, or what seems like gameplay, for a split second, which is crazy because it depicts gameplay in the completely wrong manner. So spoiler alert, the ad's not going to match up to the game. So went ahead and downloaded the game, and the game is a 3D-ish, 2.5D-ish kind of graphics feel and look to it. So the game basically plays as like you are this chosen one that fell from the sky, and you choose your class, and then you start rounding up monsters through summons. And you're following this storyline where you're battling different monsters in each stage, leading up to you fighting a boss and continuing to investigate an issue with the greater world. This game is definitely a gacha game, as it has your normal gacha elements where you have to pay for these like dinosaur eggs through in-game currency in order to get more monsters. You have to level up said monsters and also equip special abilities to them. To be honest, when I first started playing, I was like, why did they not just show the actual gameplay? Like, this is just your normal gacha game. Like, it doesn't seem that bad. It's kind of okay. I love a good monster catching game, so it's like to see this built into a gacha game is only a matter of time before they started making games of this type. But I read further and further into reviews, and it seems like the gacha elements get really heavy later on in the game, where they kind of try and force you to purchase in-game currency and extra power-ups, stuff like that. Everything. The game does not have a good rating on the App Store. I think it was sitting around a 2 or a 3, low 3s. But for the purpose of this video, the ad does not match up. The ad looked completely different. The game was not represented the same way that it plays. And there we have it. Now, don't forget to follow me.